So to cover up the other terminal on the new pressure set, since it has three, I'm going to use this offset 90 spade. It's really nice, so it won't have anything sticking out off the end like this. I can just put the shrink wrap on it, and I'm going to use red on the shrink wrap just so that it shows, and that people know that I covered it up. I could have used clear, but I didn't want to confuse anybody once they open up the machine. And so I would just take this on our heat shrink, on our heat gun here, and you can see it's tightening down around it. Make sure it's all covered up, and finish it off. It's kind of hot to hold. Let the heat melt this thing all the way down, close it up. You can kind of see it the way it's looking right now. I'm going to cut the end off here so that obviously we don't need this much sticking out, but so that's about as much as it can go down, and that's going to be our cover. I'm going to concentrate on the pressure stat here so that I can descale the machine and do my final tune-ups. I built this little spade cover here just for the one that's not being used, and so I'm just going to slip it on in place. And so now you can see this red one. Red here, it's got the spades covered up. And then the other thing I want to do is look at how the direction of the direction of the pressure stat, and it has on this side, it has, I don't know if you can see this or not, on this side it has a negative going to the counter-clockwise, and then clockwise it's got a positive. So I'm going to adjust this down maybe 1/8 of a turn. To try to get it down to 0.8. There we go. I tried this with the other pressure stat and it busted it. So hopefully that's not going to do it on this one. So that's the adjustments on the pressure stat I wanted to do. Everything else on the machine is fine on the inside. And then just for giggles, let's try the cover. The cover has the 4 feet on it. I did put the plug in the middle because it will keep anybody from touching the pressure stat tube, and then the screw is in place here. So this has a little tab on the front, so on the back I should say. This is the back, this is the front of the machine, this is the front, and so the tab goes in first just to hold it in place, and then the screw takes the Phillips, because that's what I put in here. I didn't put a safety Torx back in so that other people can work on this machine in the future, and screw it down. Oh, I know what the other thing I want to do. Okay, let's take off the base, and before we do it, we've determined that this machine was built in 982, September of 82. So let's mark that here. Let's mark 982. So if anybody ever opens this machine up, they won't have to look at the element here on the element base. It is marked, but now it'll be marked on the machine here. Just make sure that that's nice and legible. 982. Okay, now we can put the base back on. That's why I put in the Phillips here. It's just so much easier to have a Phillips handy to open and close the base. The tab, it did go in place before. Okay, so now I can flip the machine back over and descale it, and then when I run it, I'll check and see what the pressure is.